Beloved Creator of all that is, we recognize oneness. Oneness is expressed, and when it is expressed, it loses its expression. Defined, it loses its definition. In its emptiness, it is the cradle of all existence. In its fullness, it is creator of all things. Never empty, it surrenders into the mystery. Ever full, it creates into the unknown. Of one source, they differ in name, yet both arise from the one. Oneness beyond one. Herein lies the key to all mysteries. And so it is.
Hello. I just stopped in to find out what condition my condition was in. And what I heard was, for what it's worth. That'll give you a reference of frame of mind. Feel, felt, found. That's a strategy in assisting somebody in making a decision. When something comes up that you can add information to, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, and this is what I found. I know about cognitive dissonance. I had it until I was 75. For the last 10 years, between 65 and 75, I went through a terrible time of trying to figure out what was going on. I just could not break through to the truth. And then it happened. I eventually found the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. It grows and it shrinks. And that depends upon the season. And is it the season for Kate Brown or Tina Kotek? If it is, well, then it grows. And we watched it. And when it's no longer that season, it shrinks. But that does not change the subject. Large numbers will vote against the sheriffs who do not have their bona fides in order. You cannot expect people to vote for you when it's obvious and apparent to all that you will not do what is required of you to hold that office of sheriff. That won't fly. You can get away with it for a while. You can even get away with it for a long time. But when it becomes common knowledge to the voter, things will change. And the voters don't care right now, but they'll care soon. Everyone that goes against you in the election will have the total support of all the information we have on how illegal and illegitimate the sheriffs are. And we've got proof from 2017. So if you want to be in a position of authority with honor and forthrightness and actually doing your best, your condition will be excellent, provided you fulfill the obligations of ORS 206, DPSST, the county human resources and recorder, and you have a proper oath to the proper constitution with the laws of nature and nature's God included. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. the people are mostly persons. And those that are listening to this should be totally aware of the difference between people and persons. You can look it up. Person is not first person singular of people. It means something else. And if you acquiesce to be in the all caps version of your name, a person, they will treat you like a person. And they wrote all the rules so they could, but they're not laws. Laws are different. And those of us that are people comprehend that men and women with our progeny on the land and soil are without ruler and without subject on Oregon. We've done the work. We know who we are and what we're doing. And you know who we are and what we're doing. 3 detectives from the Oregon State Police received our free to go cards and they did not rebut them. 5 of us were in their facility in one of their rooms talking with 3 of their detectives, and they thought they were in charge. But we are. Article 1, Section 1. A social compact. Doing the work. The 62.5% of the people that are persons, they will not speak truth to the de facto. They'll support, they'll argue, they'll deny, they will rally, they will march against, they will do all sorts of things that persons do, but they will not speak truth. I'd like to show you a couple of things I have over here in my props section. This is a brochure from National Liberty Alliance. I joined them years ago. They kicked me out 3 times. Laura got me back twice. I don't care. And then years later, I joined them again. It says right here on this document, common law grand jury will restore our Constitution and our liberty while restoring justice. Well, they were going to have a common law grand jury on every county. And I was with them and for them, and so was a bunch of others. And then they decided they were going to teach how to do it. And I started, and they kicked me out 3 times. We have an authentic grand jury organized by the Social Compact of Article 1, Section 1 on Oregon. To my knowledge, it's the only one that can contact its pool. Those with an LTA, living testimony in the form of an affidavit of truth testifying that they are a man or a woman on the land and soil without sovereign, without ruler or subject. Briefly. And get 2 witnesses. Sign it in red, print your name in blue, date it in blue, and a red thumbprint. Now you have a document that testifies. And we have a lot of them, several hundred. We can call a grand jury and one will appear. A legitimate one. Read the book, understand, It's not the province of the district attorney and the trial court administrator to call a grand jury. They can, but they can't stifle us or ours. And we've had 9 of them. And they've all found presentments and true bills. So much for National Liberty Alliance. Then there's this. See that one? That's our Constitution. Whether it's Constitution of the United States or Constitution for the United States, neither one of those correct. In the English language, when something owns something else, it's an apostrophe S. And the United States of America's apostrophe S Constitution is dated 1859. Everything after that is bogus. Color of law. I told you about color of law. 18 USC 242, 240, 241, that whole area. So, really good information, full of a lot of errors, such as they say the Declaration of Independence. We don't have one of those. That is a lie. They took the document and renamed it and gave it a new thought and a new meaning. That is not what it was. You have to learn those things. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America with the small u. That title was used once. The next thing is this one. Newsprint. The Oregon Jural. Good job. Then we have this. A notice and demand with our claim of cognizance. This goes to the sheriffs. Take heed. This is a matter of jurisdiction. Oregonians, men and women with our progeny, know better than any state, lowercase, comma, state, upper and lowercase, comma, or state, all caps, entity, what will serve the people. That's why we have Article 1, Section 1. We are Article 3. We are that court. We did the work. Then this is a brochure that we made up. I got a couple left over from COVID. So, these, especially this, are very important. But it's only important to a very small percentage of the people because, remember, 62.5% of the people are persons. And very few persons, such as myself, the Navy tested me and they found I was pretty smart. And it took me 75 years to figure out MK Ultra and March 1861. And all that has happened, like November 8th, 1910. But I found it out at 75. I'm 87 now. And I'm with a whole bunch of people that are just like me or even stronger. And I yield.
I am Kim. I'm one of the people, and I have a message for you. Where are our sheriffs? Our Article 3, Amendment 7 Civilian Common Law Court of Record has made numerous visits and relentless communications to our county sheriffs on Oregon. Why? Because our sheriffs are our first protection against government overreach. It is our county sheriffs that should be there to assist seniors to prevent their eviction from their homes and all they possess. It should be our county sheriffs who protect and defend the people from a corrupt court system rather than ticketing them or supporting the illegitimate amended Article 7 courts. Our sheriffs seem to be avoiding any engagement with us, the people reaching out for a conversation about their refusal to see us. Contact requests are met with cricket sounds. Where are our sheriffs? It is significant that they take a proper oath to the Constitution circa 1859 with its original jurisdiction, that is, to the people, rather than to a corporation, to our Creator, that is, with God included. Such a dejuration, a solemn oath, is needed for there to be a remedy in our system of governance. Let's get this ball rolling. It just takes one of you to make a difference, to get it started, to assist in awakening your colleagues in serfdom. Let it be so. I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. Then he jumps out of the car, and he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, "Just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me." And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.